That's me. That's Garrett. And Garrett was the founder of ViDiLOOK. So we were led to believe. But the actual truth of it, he was being paid $5,000 a month by Scam Lee to put his name out there as the owner of ViDiLOOK. Now, if you're not familiar with ViDiLOOK, it was this platform where you had 3 different membership levels. I think they started at 150, 750, and 1,500. And all you had to do is watch your share or your quota of adverts every day, and you would get rewarded. But people didn't know that the adverts were actually old. The advertisers didn't even know that people were watching their videos. It was a scam. Now, recently, Sam's been launching all sorts of things. VAV, for example. And also, ViDiLOOK was relaunched because after 6 weeks of ViDiLOOK being launched, it fell over. They claimed that 6,000 users had set up multiple accounts and the system collapsed. All those people that originally invested in now what they call ViDiLOOK beta were actually told that they were going to get tokens of some sort and they would be able to use them in a later stage. But when they launched version 2, they told everyone that they were having a 24-hour sale. Oh, I just sold something. And you could participate in a 50% off special and buy yourself the maximum package of $1,500 for just $750. Fine print actually said you'd only get half the rewards, so it was actually a half-price membership with half-price everything. I don't know why they did that, but people signed up in the masses. They said they had 2,000 subscribers and 12,000 packages were sold. 2 weeks later, it fell over again. Why did it fall over? Well, Sam Lee's software has a fail-safe, and if 7 days in a row happen and more money goes out than goes in, the software automatically stops all the withdrawals. Pretty clever stuff. When they relaunched ViDiLOOK, there was a guy called Conrad, and Conrad was, I've been told, a legitimate businessman, and he has other business things that he does, and he wanted to merge some of his knowledge into ViDiLOOK. So his picture was to make ViDiLOOK a feasible platform. However, Sam didn't want to have a bar of it because Sam is a dirty and disgusting scammer. So then when it collapsed again, Sam started talking about Garrett, and Garrett was going to be thrown under the bus. So I reached out to Garrett and I said, hey, Sam's about to throw you under the bus. Would you like to actually show me or tell me the true story to save your reputation? Because he actually left about 2 or 3 months ago. And he left, he had $45,000 in his downline from ViDiLOOK beta. And he also was owed $10,000 from Sam. So Sam paid him out, and that was his saving grace. Because Sam claimed he wasn't the owner of ViDiLOOK. However, when Garrett got paid out, it came from the main wallet address that all the funds were being paid into for ViDiLOOK, which showed, we've got screenshots which we'll go through soon, and it shows that Sam Lee had total control of ViDiLOOK. And obviously, why would he pay Garrett, sorry mate, keep getting your name wrong, out if he wasn't the owner of the business? So it exposes Sam Lee 100%. He wanted to be interviewed by me, and this was my introduction. And now we're going to meet Garrett, and he's going to tell us a lot of the questions that you guys may want to know. For example, am I ever going to get my money back? What about VAV? What was that all about? That was a platform where if you put your money in and shake it all about, you could take your money out, allegedly, within 48 hours and then grow rewards on the platform that you can never withdraw. I've had people contact me who spent $3,000 investing on the platform. Never did they get their money out, even though they were told they were. And this couple that I was talking to, when their multi-level marketer introduced them to them, actually gave them an Australian bank account number to put the money into, which is very strange. Something's fishy going on here, and let's see if we can get to the bottom of it. I'm Danny Heck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I got that nickname by being in a full-page article in the New York Times explaining my quest to name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Thanks for tuning in. Let's fade into the interview I had with Garrett. Got his name right eventually. I'm back. Just before we get started, I just wanted to show you the document that Garrett sent through so you can see it at the start. So you might want to pause this and read it as we go in real time. I will also, I don't know, I might provide a link where you can download the document in case you want to have a look at it and check out the crypto addresses. But let's have a look. So this is the document that he put together to prove that he got paid by the ViDiLOOK main wallet, which he didn't have control of, alleging that Sam was in charge of the wallet address, alleging that Sam is actually the owner of ViDiLOOK, which makes perfect sense to me. But you can have a wee read as we go through the document. You can see the correspondence with Sam, and you can see the actual crypto address where you'll be able to see a transaction for 55 USDT. 45 of that USDT was Garrett's payment for his downline. And this was the interesting part why I wanted to come back on again, because remember the ViDiLOOK beta had no money left. And obviously after it had crashed, Garrett left and Garrett got paid out of that theoretically beta program that got robbed of all the money or whatever it was. So I'm just showing corruption. But if you want to slow this down and read, just put the video on pause and you can see here the correspondence with Sam and obviously the crypto address where Sam paid Garrett, and Garrett left 3 months prior the crash of ViDiLOOK 2. And this video is all about how Sam has been exposed. So I just wanted you guys to read that, see that, and obviously know that you can download this document if you want. Now, I've just spent the last hour and a half going through the conversation I had with Garrett. It's quite lengthy. I'm going to leave it play in its entirety. I'm just going to fade out and fade that in, and you can listen to the whole conversation. There is gold nuggets in the whole conversation. After listening to it, I cut out some of the rubbish. So I just want you guys to listen to it. I think Garrett is a really nice person. Yes, he did make $45,000 out of the downline of ViDiLOOK, but it would be interesting to know actually how much money a scheme like this actually makes. What I really want to know is how much money did Sam Lee scam out of pretending he was working with rather than the owner of ViDiLOOK. Really interesting stuff here. Hopefully this is enough to get your head around the idea that Scam Lee, as I call him, is actually the person that's running all these scams, and everything that Sam says, there's no truth in it whatsoever. We really want to get Sam out of these scams, and we want to get him off Zoom and stop scamming people. So if you've lost your money to ViDiLOOK or VAV, or you're still invested in We Are All Satoshi, if you can, get your money out. You won't be able to. It does seem like Sam's just taking all your money and it's a one-way street. So don't fall victim to these people. Sam will not be the last. There's many scammers out there at the moment, and I really want to do my best to stop this. If you enjoy my video, I don't get paid any money for this. So there is a thanks button below the video, and I appreciate your support if you can help out. So really do listen to this, take heart of what I'm saying, don't get scammed by these fools. You know, I do my best to get my information correct. The best way of explaining what I actually do is like I'm building a giant jigsaw puzzle. It's a scam puzzle, scamdemic, as I called it in some of my videos. And every piece of information that you guys can supply me helps me build a clearer and clearer picture. So don't think, you can go to my website, toheck.com, and you can inform me of any information that you have, and I put it in my database, and you help me build a brighter, more colourful picture just with one little piece of evidence that you may be able to give me. So thank you for your support, and I'll now fade in. Hope you enjoy listening to Garrett, who basically spills the beans about his connection with Scamly. Don't forget to provide your comments as he talks in the comments below, and let's just see if we can get people like Scamly off the streets for good. Thanks for watching. I'll fade in now. Thank you. Yeah, he's going to throw you back under the bus and say that you were the one who stole all the money and all that.
He already did.
Oh, he has? We need to do that.
He already did. And I just sent you a report that I made that I've released to the community. You still there?
Yeah, no, I am. I lost you for about 30 seconds. I think I've got you back there now. No.
Yeah, Telegram isn't that great for calls. So sorry, I just woke up. I'm a little slow. So, but anyways, so.
Well, where
he basically is telling people. What's that?
Like, where are you at with it all? Are you like, is he just shit all over you? Is that what we're thinking? And then, like, do you want to expose him, or what do you want to do?
Well, I already released evidence some evidence. Him and I had an employment contract where I was basically a consultant for him. I've got the contract. I've got a picture of him holding the contract with me in the picture.
Yeah.
I don't have the original contract. I can't find the hard copy. But I have, pictures of the contract, and it's very hard to read, but you can still read it if you really wanted to. It's got his signature, my signature, me basically stating that I'm a third-party consultant to help him with, business development. And then, of course, my $5,000 a month salary, which is, pretty small considering he's probably made millions of dollars off of ViDiLOOK.
You put your whole reputation out there and everything like that for $5,000 a month.
Yeah, pretty much. But I also had a downline because I was promoting as well. I had a downline. I made some okay money off of ViDiLOOK, enough to survive for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
I kind of took my time to let the community know that I had actually quit. There was some things I told him that I was resigning, and he told me that well, I'm not corporate, so you can't resign to me.
Mate,
and if I'm owner of ViDiLOOK, then who am I going to resign to? Myself?
Yeah.
Send myself a resignation letter. So I let the community know about it's been almost 2 months now that I resigned.
Yeah.
Sam is still saying that I'm the owner of ViDiLOOK. So
what
back in April,
the CEO guy, what's his role?
Conrad, he was so Conrad's a good guy. He basically came on board to he's got connections with a lot of other real passive income businesses. He actually owns a company called Get My Slice, and Get My Slice basically takes customer data or data from people. And they basically consent to letting him sell it to companies that are looking to sell products and all kinds of stuff. It's real. So he has a few other businesses that he knows the owners of that do something similar, but with other things, completely legit. And what he wanted to do is he wanted to help integrate some of those things into the ViDiLOOK platform to help prove the concept and to help pay out the reward structure. Sam never actually wanted any of that to be done. So when I quit, I told Conrad, look, man, I don't think that this is good for you to be around. He's like, well, I need to try to see it through and see if I can change Sam. Well, obviously that didn't happen. And then he quit about three weeks ago.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, I figured. I watch you guys like a hawk, you know, and I just felt that something was going off. Well, straight away with you, because I did a video of you doing that walkthrough about 5 months ago, showing that you had like 400. Well, you said you had like 450 staff that work for ViDiLOOK, and then you walked into Sam's office, which he's been claiming as his own. I thought you're all working out of the same building.
Yeah, those 450 employees work on ViDiLOOK, but they work on tons of other projects as well.
Yeah.
So not all of them worked on ViDiLOOK, but they're all part of the same umbrella that owns ViDiLOOK.
And you see my latest video with him walking through the.
I'm actually. I started watching the video, then I thought I'd just give you a call because I'm like, it's just been a crazy few days, but just to kind of like clear things, right? When beta closed, I had about $45,000 locked up in VDL that I had basically earned from my downline that I'd been just, saving there. And I basically got Sam to pay me out that $45,000. Actually, it was $45,000 plus a $10,000 salary because he hadn't paid me in three or 4 months. So he ended up sending me the money. You know where he sent it from? He sent it from the main ViDiLOOK wallet where all the money's going into from users.
Wow.
So that, and he's saying that he doesn't have control over the wallet and isn't the owner. Well, why would Sam need to pay me my salary if I'm the owner? And why is it coming from the main ViDiLOOK wallet?
Yeah. And he's
so
obviously
I basically compiled the report.
Because the last 10 days, I reckon, with the two schemes, the VAV thing, he's obviously running out of money and he's doing these cash grabs to get money in.
Yep, exactly. And he's insane. The guy is just textbook insane. He's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah. No, I picked up on that part of it because it just doesn't make sense. And also the people will seem to follow him no matter what he says by the look of it. But obviously he's losing numbers left, right, and centre because people are onto him now. So now it's be out of desperation. And I'm sort of thinking, where's he going to go after Dubai?
He can't leave Dubai. He's got a travel ban because he owes my old business partner 1.8 million dirham, which is about actually it's 2 checks that he that they cashed that he wrote bad to them for 1.8 million dirham each, which is about 1.2 million USD.
Yeah.
And I've got the proof that he's got 2 legal cases against him because my friend, who's my old business partner, who's a legit guy too, he sent me, or his lawyer contacted me and sent me the screenshots of the 2 cases that are against him.
I'm way in deep with this, mate. Do you think it's possible that he reckon, because he was chatting to me in the ViDiLOOK group the other day for 3.5 hours, and we talked about. I said, why don't you go back to Australia? I'll pay for your flights. And he goes, oh no, I've been talking to the liquidator. I said, no, you haven't. I said, you're trapped in Dubai, mate. And he goes, no, I've travelled back about a year ago. And I said, no, I don't think you did, because he'll get locked up, and as soon as he goes to Australia. He's done.
He's done.
Yeah, but what about do you think it's possible that he would try to travel out of Dubai, or do you think he knows he's toast if he stays there?
I don't think that he can. I'm pretty sure he has a travel ban.
And when you say a travel ban, who's enforcing it?
The Dubai government, the police.
Oh, right, because he's owes them money, or that owes somebody.
Right. You can't leave the country if you owe any debts.
Wow.
Or have a criminal case pending.
Wow. And how did you get into this stuff, mate, originally?
So I created my own NFT gaming platform back in 2020.
Yep.
And the guy that I started it with, he's friends with this guy, Ed, who lived in the US. And they both moved out here to work with Sam on some projects. Ed had known Sam for about 4 years prior. When the whole NFT market collapsed, we ran out of funding. So my business partner said, "Hey, come out here. We're going to raise some money." So originally, back last May, I came out here for 3 weeks to see if I could raise some money with my business partner.
Yeah.
And of course, that it didn't work. And then they were staying at a really nice 4-bedroom penthouse in downtown Dubai, where they were basically creating scam tokens and stuff like that, and doing all kinds of weird stuff. And I started seeing what they were doing, and huge red flag. And then they had a falling out with my business partner and that guy, Ed. So they all moved out. Of course, I had to move out too. And I decided, hey, Dubai is actually a pretty cool place. There's a lot of good people out here. If you can sort through the scams.
Yeah.
But, I was kind of in a desperate situation, and Sam's like, well, I can bring you on board and pay you a salary, and you can help me with, 1 or 2 projects that I'm starting that, I didn't know were also not really legitimate until, ViDiLOOK's started. And I just came on as, just a glorified spokesperson, I guess you could say.
Whereabouts are you from, mate?
I'm from California.
Right. And you can go back home and you're free to do whatever you like.
Yeah. But, I can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But I've kind of started to build a life out here. I've got an amazing woman in my life, and I'm working on some, legitimate things right now with some good people. One of them is completely not even crypto related.
Good on you. It's a hard world, that one, at the moment. I think, it's just, I just sort of think, what in an ideal world, I think, he's going to tell the whole community. I've got a feeling, if he hasn't already, well, it sounds like he has, but he's obviously going to throw you totally under the bus and say you stole all the money and you're the reason that ViDiLOOK fell over. It's not rocket science, and he's already insinuated. You've heard stuff like that already, have you?
Yeah, and that's when I put out that report proving to him that he controls the wallets,
right.
And I put it in his little high tea with Sam Lee little group, and of course everyone in there is basically just a Sam fanboy, so immediately they were just trying to poke holes against it. But some people are like, holy shit, Sam really did take the money, and then he starts sending video after video trying to calmly confront me. And then, he says, oh, I don't own ViDiLOOK. I'm just a tech provider. I don't own control over the wallets. But as soon as I showed the proof, he said, of course I have control of the wallet.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm the tech provider. So he's going back and forth. And now I'm people are starting to see, holy shit, Garrett isn't the bad guy.
Yeah.
And he's actually got proof when Sam never had proof that Garrett actually stole the money.
It's just, I'm just, I literally had somebody ring up yesterday, lost $3,000 to him by investing in the VAV thing. They'd invested 55 grand into Hyperverse, and they got 25 out. And I just get phone calls like that all day long. And I'm just, honestly, it's just tiresome listening to these guys get away with it, you see. The other one is Ryan Jew. Everyone's after him at the moment, not because of the money, but they just want to get him off the streets. But he's obviously done the right thing and kept his head down. And there's no sign, we believe he's living in Singapore. Yeah, and he's the one that rug pulled. I don't know. Was it $3 or $4 billion? I don't know. Yeah. Well, I tracked a transaction for 842 million that went out of the Hyperverse at the same time when it was all going down, and that got broken into small wallets, and we believe it got broken into Bitcoin. And then we had Sam Lee talking to Kalpesh Patel, and he was saying that Sam was telling him that he knew it was being being transferred out of the Hyperverse accounts and transferred into Bitcoin. And I believe that, that's where they're trying to store their money in crypto. And obviously right now crypto's lost its worth. So now that all their investments he's trying to get the crypto, he's hoping that there's going to be a bull run and crypto's going to get worth a lot more money, so he gets his wealth back again, and then we'll probably never see him again. You know what I mean? That's my feeling. Yeah. I don't know, man. I just to me, there's two things, right? Number one, I don't really wish harm on anybody, even though I want Sam to get hit by a fucking bus. But
he's either going to disappear with all that money,
but
which is good because then no one will ever hear from him again, and then he won't be scamming anybody again because as soon as he shows his face, it's going to start again. Either that or he's going to go to jail. Either one is kind of fine with me because if he's exposed, then he can never do business again, even though he's got, I mean, he's got this, inferiority complex.
So he's the instigator behind everything. Like he's walking around like he said he's got thousands of staff, and I'm going, no, you don't, you idiot. But does he have staff?
No, he doesn't.
No.
So though he says he wants to make him seem like he's just this. He owns this and he owns that. And
like a warlord.
That's what he does, and then basically he just he works with other people that actually own things, and then says that he owns what they own.
Yeah.
So that hotel that they said that they had purchased for $30 million, they didn't actually purchase it. You can't purchase, like you said, you can't purchase anything from.
Yeah. You lease it, and then he makes out it's leasing is a good idea. But he said he owns he said he owned the building that you guys were working out of one day, and then the next day he says he owns the buildings. Yeah, no. So it's just changing the stories. He's lying because he can't keep a story straight. You see, that's the truth of it. Yeah. Oh, it's a big ugly world, isn't it? Really. Oh, I just don't. I mean, like the ultimate would be to call. Well, what I would like you to help me with would be to, do a video basically saying this is a scam, and then people who are thinking about investing can hear it from the horse's mouth. I mean. ViDiLOOK was theoretically your business. You started where you were just working for Sam as the potential owner. Was that's what I got out of that?
I was never owner. I was just an employee. I was never touted as the owner. I was presented as the director of global operations, which has nothing to do with finances, which has nothing to do with ownership or founding it. I was just an employee.
Yep.
And Sam didn't start telling people that I was the owner of ViDiLOOK until the money disappeared last week.
Yeah. Yeah, because I knew you disappeared.
So he just changes the story when he wants to, when he needs to.
Yeah.
There's no videos, there's no chats, nothing that ever says that I was owner until he told people that I was owner a week ago.
Yeah. And as soon as I heard that, I thought I see where he's going with it. So I got you. And the other guy with the older guy, and you said he's quite a good guy, and he was the CEO? Yeah,
and then Sam invested in his Get My Slice company to help him get it up and running.
Right. What about the guy doing all the one that Conrad, what about the guy in the Zoom meetings? He looked like he got thrown under the bus about 3-4 days ago.
Vivek?
Yes. So what's happened? He didn't look too good.
No, he was my friend, man. But now he won't answer my calls. Won't just reads my messages and leaves them on red.
Yep. And he'll be told to do that.
He's desperate. He's getting paid a salary from Sam. One of Sam's buddies, who's also a huge scammer, his name's Karn. Karn and Vivek are buddies, or I think that Vivek got into some trouble, and Vivek and Karn is like holding him kind of like hostage and forcing him to work with Sam, or else he's gonna do something to Vivek.
Wow. So
Vivek has really no choice but to keep working with Sam and Karn.
And you can see that. You can just see that what's going on. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, well, I went too far off. It's like a jigsaw puzzle for me, mate. I just sort of get little bits here and there, and the picture's getting clearer and clearer. But I've worked with lots of these scammers.
I know it all. I've got the whole thing because I've been doing my research too, and I was working with Sam closely. Him and I would go, we'd go out drinking, and he would get like completely hammered and start telling me certain things.
Yeah.
And I don't have proof because obviously I can't record the conversation, but like I've got it all in my brain.
Yeah. Well, sometimes things just make clear logical sense. So it doesn't have to. That's the thing, is that what you're saying to me makes clear logical sense, and that's good enough. I mean, a piece of paper like these stupid promissory notes he's getting everyone to write. I mean, what the hell? It's just stupid stuff like that, and people don't need it.
Yeah, he just comes up with these weird things that he thinks is like gonna fool people or get them to, believe in something that he's trying to do. And like he's just like the definition of insanity is doing something over and over and expecting different results. Well, that's what he's doing. He's doing things over and over, thinking that something different's going to happen.
Well, he's going to open ViDiLOOK 3, and I'm going, oh my God. And then I know people will sign up for it because they're all fresh people who don't know the history of it all, you see. Yeah. So, well, one thing with the hyperverse stuff, because I've been busting that for ages, and he claims he's not corporate. He's obviously the guy behind it, in my opinion. But do you know anything about that?
No, I came in after all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just crap on crap, really. Oh, well, I do feel for you. You've been playing with fire a bit, obviously, so you're going to get burnt a bit. And it's, just working, working for a guy like that. I mean, so basically what I'm getting is we were working with ViDiLOOK and the 450 staff. They're just basically a software development company that work on a whole lot of projects, and ViDiLOOK was a brand that came out of the office, so to speak. And Sam's involvement, like when he says he provides the tech, does he actually have a tech company and people working for him?
No, because the tech company is provided by the company that created ViDiLOOK.
Right. Yeah.
But Sam is he's a co-founder. It's 4 guys: him, Max, Peter, and this other guy that I don't know. I don't remember his name.
Not Kevin by any chance? Chinese guy?
Doesn't sound familiar, no.
No, because I tracked I've been tracking Ryan Drew for quite a while, but some of the people that he's caught up with, but it's never as big as they say. And there's, I mean, I don't even know why it doesn't make sense if you had 1,000 staff. He said he has thousands of staff housed in those buildings he's walking around in, and I'm going, like, where's the people walking around the street? If this is the working capital of Dubai and you've got thousands of staff, and why haven't you got a PA chasing you around all day long?
So there's the one building that's 3 stories tall. What other building are you talking about? Is it the one that's in like that compound?
Well, he was having breakfast, the one I've just done, in that place where you guys had a few drinks, he reckoned, quite a few times. And then he walked from there. He went into Starbucks, went into the supermarket, and then walked across the sort of compound, which I've seen him park his car outside before, and then he went into the ViDiLOOK building, but he walked there. But it seemed like probably a 15-minute walk, but then he could have stopped his phone along the way. And he's pointing out the buildings like, well, this funny names they have, like NA or A.
Oh, A7? Yeah, he doesn't own any of that stuff, man. He doesn't. He doesn't know, dude. Those are owned. Yeah. Those are all rented out, leased out by this Chinese billionaire who's actually in jail right now.
Right, as they do. Because I showed a map of Google and I said, look, if Sam owned all these buildings, they'd be all under one entity and all the buildings would have names on them, but they don't. They're all, different enterprises. So it's all bullshit. I don't even know why he says it, because then you get investigative and start looking into it.
Yeah, he doesn't own any of those buildings.
Yeah. So how long have you known Sam? Has it been 12 months?
Yeah, it's been about a year now.
And what about Stable Deo? What was that, your involvement in that? Because I thought you guys were in bed with that together at one stage.
Yeah, so he basically, I came on board as like the chief commercial officer, right? These are just titles that they give, and we just kind of help build, right? Yeah. I actually thought that was going to be legitimate, because they were actually working on deals to buy like land in Malaysia from the local government, and then be able to rezone it and build actual like resorts and all this stuff on it, right? So Stable DAO was the way. So Stable DAO is a platform of stable investments for the small guy to get into when he wouldn't be able to normally. So basically, you get paid out 0.1% a day for your investment into real estate opportunities. Yeah. Of course, nobody actually deposited money, maybe a few $100,000, which we needed $10 million to buy the land and to purchase a capital guarantee, which would protect everybody's investments. And then Sam totally botched that. So the guys that I was working with, his name, one of them is Triz, and then Ralph. Those two guys are completely legitimate.
Wow.
100%.
Wow.
They no longer want anything to do with Sam. I'm actually working with them on a legitimate opportunity that's backed by capital guarantees and premium bonds, and it's a sweepstakes. So there's no daily returns, nothing. It's basically just a sweepstakes that's kind of like. Are you familiar with UK premium bonds?
No, not really, mate. No, just a YouTuber, really.
Okay, so basically, like, yeah. So basically, a UK premium bond. There's no. It doesn't, just like with a regular bond, every year the value of the bond goes up and then it matures after a certain amount of years. With premium bonds, there's no maturity, but if you buy a bond, you get a chance to win a cash prize every month.
Right.
So they basically created a government-backed sweepstakes. Yeah. But it's only available to UK citizens. So we're recreating the same concept, but we're making it global.
Right. And obviously tax and companies registered with proper names and offices and all that would come into play, I assume, and you wouldn't be using crypto to do it. Is that right?
No, we have a fiat on-ramp system. Yeah. And we have a crypto payment system, but everything. We have a legal opinion. We've done everything right because we want to create something that's long term. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what we're now working on, because we learned from Sam what not to do, and we're like we're going to make something that's going to be around in 30, 40, 50 years. Yeah.
So Sam's definitely a scammer, and he's rampant, and he's cocky at the moment. Obviously, that's the message you've got, and obviously, I think as time goes on, I mean, you're going to be thrown under the bus. I mean, I think the best thing is for you to, if he's going to say because he's going to say you're trash and you've stolen the money and you've taken off and that's, it's just ridiculous.
Look, I already have proof that I didn't. I already presented it to the community and he's already responded to it.
Is he?
Now saying that he does control the wallet. So if he controls the wallet, then how the fuck did I steal the money?
Yeah. And he's obviously using the wallet to pay money, pay bills sort of thing.
Yeah, exactly. He's funneling them into other projects, or maybe giving it to people that he owes money to, so he doesn't get killed.
Yeah, that's actually quite a big possibility.
Yeah, he started threatening his old business partner Max. Yeah, and then this guy Peter said, "Hey Sam, this is like 3 days ago, right? Because my friend is still working with Max to try to create a legitimate opportunity. Because not all those guys are bad boys, right? Yeah. So my friend, he's working with Max a little bit to basically just hire a team for them to manage the project. And he was talking to Max, and Max basically said, "Yeah, Sam's been trying to blackmail me." So this Peter guy found out about it, and he's got some muscle behind him. Good. He contacted Sam and said, "Hey Sam, I need to meet with you for an hour to talk to you about some business opportunities." And he brought like a dozen bodyguards with him and said, "Sam, I know what you've been doing. Stop, or else these guys are going to come find you and they're going to take care of you."
Wow. I mean, it's like the movie.
So Sam is scared right now. He's just pissed off so many people and leveraged good connections and turned them to garbage. And he's on his last leg. He's desperate right now, and he's just saying everything that he can do. And then people are seeing that he's just contradicting everything that he says.
Yeah, and it was just like about 3 or 4 weeks ago, it was like he was drinking when he was on Zoom all the time or not getting any sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's been doing cocaine and uppers and just...
Is he married? Because Lola, is this his wife? And I know he's married in Australia, but I never ever got whether he's single or what. But I figured his wife's still in Australia, is she? Or are they separated? We don't know.
He told me he's been married 3 times.
Oh. And
I know that he's got 3 different kids with those 3 different women. And then he's with this girl named Anne, who's a really good girl.
Yep.
I told she came. So like Sam and I had an apartment together, paid for by Max.
Yeah.
And Sam moved out. I'm still in the apartment. he hasn't been here at this apartment, hasn't been here for almost 6 months now.
Right.
But Anne came by last week to get some of their stuff, which had already been moved out by the Chinese guys.
Yep.
Because they wanted somebody else to move in because they needed housing for this guy. And she was like, "Where's all my stuff?" And I was like, "You didn't know? They moved it out." And she's like, "Who moved it out?" I said, "Some girl." And she's like, "What's this girl's name?" I was like, I don't know. I don't know these people.
Yep.
And then she sat down with me for about 15 minutes, and I was just telling her everything that was been going on. And she looked completely just like shocked, like she had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I haven't talked to Sam on a personal level in 3 months.
Right, because also the rent that was being paid for that house was coming out of an account that wasn't Sam's. So I thought, well, it must be like, some sort of...
Sam doesn't put his name on anything. He doesn't want a paper trail.
Right. Wow. So that's cool. So he's got a girlfriend, not married. That's all right. I like to get my stories straight as I can, but not that I care about his relationship status. But yeah, I think I definitely see desperation. I definitely, like last week with these 3 things he changed dramatically. The $5,000 that you could buy a package and we are also Satoshi for $5,000. It was just to give Sam $5,000 and there was nothing you're going to get for it. It was just show Sam you trust him. And then obviously with the VAV thing was the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And then also ViDiLOOK was obviously doing that relaunch where they did the 50% off.
It's a cash grab, money grab.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, wow, something's going down here. And then everything adds up. Being trapped in Dubai adds up. He told me that he got flights back to Australia about a year ago. And I said, no, you didn't. And I said, send me the e-ticket if you do, because you're full of shit. And obviously he didn't. But yeah, just weird, mate. It's not weird. It's dangerous. So what do you think is going to happen to Sam at the end? I mean, is somebody going to make him disappear? Was that?
I think that some of the people that he's pissing off, that could easily happen.
Yeah.
And I'm not afraid. I haven't done. I mean, in my eyes, I haven't done anything illegal. I got out as soon as I noticed that it was a Ponzi scheme and that he didn't actually want to integrate any of these real world businesses into the platform to make it legit.
Yeah. So I reckon the ultimate would be.
So I'm not afraid of getting in any trouble. I haven't done anything illegal. I don't believe so, anyways.
Because then
if I did, then everybody else that ever promoted ViDiLOOK has done something illegal, and then Conrad should be going to jail too, and Vivek, and neither of those 2 guys have done anything wrong.
Yeah, and people, the authorities hate Ponzi schemes. There's too many people involved. It's just too much paperwork, and they glaze over when you talk to them about it. Because I've been pushing like hell to get them to investigate everything, and they just don't care. If you were running a dating network and you were defrauding a 75-year-old guy and telling that you've got a 21-year-old girl that wants to marry him, and you took his money and never delivered the 21-year-old girl, they're more interested in that sort of stuff. The dating scams. That's the truth of it. So Ponzi schemes, no one held, as they literally said to me, no one held a gun to people's head when they handed over the money. So people made a decision. They made an informed decision, handed over money to something they thought they was going to get that was better. Well, I know you've cleared your name as Sam, but he'll re-strategize that. He will come up.
Yeah, but he won't be able to do that forever.
Well, he'll probably go Conrad
because
next.
People are already starting to see what's going on.
Well, they are. I've done. Like I was literally up to 5 o'clock in the morning doing this last video. And I'm actually literally just about doing a video a day, and it's killing me. But I don't get anything out of this. But I just want to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam, and I want to expose these guys running these scams. But I mean, how do we? People, I tell people, look, he's sold $50 million from Australian investors and took off to Dubai, and they go, "Oh, I don't think you're right." And they go, "It's in the papers, mate. Liquidators are after him, and he's Australian. I'm a Kiwi. We live right next door to each other. He's got a history of it." Oh, no, he cleared his name with the liquidators. And then he's telling me that. And I'm going, you're full of shit, mate. Liquidators want to speak to you right now. If you come back to Australia and you talk to these liquidators, they'll arrest you after they finish talking to you because you're a criminal.
Yeah, he's going to have his day. He can't run forever. He's going to he's going to have his day. If not, he's people like this don't get away with shit forever. I mean, some people do, but
Yeah.
What kind of quality of life is that?
Well, I think that's
Always
why
on the run.
That's why he came out of hiding, because he's got sick of being a mouse, you know, and he's now gone back into the Stable Deo stuff was a crack up, really, because he couldn't get that going, and he didn't know how to promote it, and he thought that he could, you know, he was some sort of, I don't know, celebrity, everyone would follow him, and I never saw any traction there, you know, and all those Zoom meetings, they just look so unprofessional, and I was thinking, what the hell is he trying to do with this? What about that Hyper One thing? Did you ever hear anything about that? Was that anything interesting? Did you ever hear about that? Somebody said Sam was going to start up another Hyper One deal, and they had meetings with him, but I tracked all the photos and they were ancient. So it's still bullshit.
Yeah, the whole hyper fun, hyper nation, hyper, all that stuff. I wasn't part of any of that stuff. I didn't even, you know, and I didn't investigate it because I just, it didn't really matter at the time.
I can't believe
kind
he
of
was
like
working
you said,
in that company
not really.
For the promise of $5,000 a month. That's nothing, mate.
If there's no product backing the vision, then it's just a Ponzi.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what ViDiLOOK is, but it was supposed to be something different if Sam had actually listened to Conrad, which is why Conrad left, because Sam didn't want to listen to Conrad, and Conrad didn't want to waste his time anymore, because Conrad is actually working on real world businesses outside of that. And if he doesn't, if you know, like, if Sam doesn't help him, then he's going to go do it on his own, which is what he's doing.
Oh, definitely. I think it's a laugh, because I can see there's a business. I can always tell a businessman, you know, and at the end of the day, you haven't got time for this stupid thing where you're laying on the floor talking to people like you're, oh, he's just an idiot. Obviously it's frustrating for me, because I just see so many people, you know, forking out $1,500, you know, it's a small low-hanging fruit money he's going after, but it all adds up to real money. And people just don't, they just don't believe what you say. And you go, well, watch this video. Do you want to invest your money with a man that does this or talks this way? You know, like, how is he, like, he's got a Rolls Royce, right? That's what I got told. Is it just a taxi that he uses, VIP taxi or something?
So the Rolls Royce is owned by this guy named Dr. Farzam Kamalabadi, who is, if you Google him and future trends, as far as I'm concerned, he's a legit guy. Right. He's got connections with everybody. Like he's doing the whole Rise Africa movement, trying to help countries in Africa get out of squalor and to build, real facility and infrastructure.
Yep.
He's actually working with us to help us promote and get our new project out in the limelight. As far as I'm concerned, he's good, and he tried to help Sam too, and he's at the end of his rope with Sam as well.
Wow. And what about Sam's BMW? That's his car?
That right there, I think was, it's either, I don't know if the driver that drives him around in it is the owner of the vehicle, and that's his personal, like, chauffeur car that he drives people around in.
Yeah.
Or
he was driving one the other day.
The BMW was given to him by one of his old business partners or somebody else. But Sam doesn't ever buy anything on his own. He always gets other people to buy things for him or give him things so he can use and then say that they're his own.
Wow. Oh, well. Welcome to Dubai. Cool country to live in?
I mean, I enjoy it, except for the heat.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been to Sri Lanka.
People are super friendly. I've met some really good people. I had to, of course, like I said, sort through the bad. But, if I had never have met Sam, then I would have never met these other people that are actually legitimate and are trying to create real things.
Yeah. What about Kalpesh Patel? You would have heard of him, but you never met him? Or I know he's a different circle, and he doesn't like Sam. He can't stand him. But
yeah, but he's a scammer too.
Yeah, well, he's still doing it, and he's living in Dubai. Yeah. Oh, well,
and mate. There's this other guy that they hang out with. It's a huge scammer too. I forgot his name, but I met him once, and I didn't like the guy from the second I met him. I didn't even know who he was. I literally had no idea who he was, and I was like, I don't really like this guy. He's always got these 2 Russian girls that hang out with him, and then I find out that those are just paid escorts, and they just hang out with him.
Yeah.
And then I find out that he scammed tens of millions of dollars out of people.
Yeah, not
And
Jan.
he lives in Dubai too.
Not Jan Gregory by any chance?
No, it's some Indian guy.
Oh, right. Amazing world, isn't it? I mean, I like networking.
Kumar. His name's Kumar. His name's Kumar.
Right. So everyone just lives
I don't
in
know if that
Dubai
rings a
who's
bell.
ripped everyone off so they don't get done. And then, and you, what was the visa thing? So you got to, if your visa is expired, you have to pay money daily. But how do you get you do keep applying for a new visa, do you? And if you've got money owing, you have to pay fines or something like that. Is that what I'm thinking?
Well, like for me, for example, I have a Dubai like visa. Sam paid to open a company under my name, so I could get my Dubai visa, so I could stay here and work. But if I didn't have that, since I'm an American, I can just go to the Oman border,
Yep.
get a visa stamp there, and then come back here. But I can only stay for a month before I have to do that over and over and over and over.
Oh, right.
So that's what I was doing. You know, originally I can have, when I first flew here, they give you a visa on arrival. And I think it was 2 or maybe 3 months. And then you can do a one-time extension of 2 months.
Right.
And then you have to, I just decided it was cheaper to drive to the Oman border. It's an hour and a half away. Yep. And it cost me like 80 dirham.
Yeah.
Instead of, 8,000 or 9,000 dirham.
Wow.
But then, of course, they opened the business under my name, which is where Sam is now saying, oh, look, Garrett owns the company, but it's a totally different company name. It's not ViDiLOOK Tech Incorporated. It's ViDiLOOK Forfeiting Services, which has nothing to do with anything that the ViDiLOOK platform is doing.
Yeah, and why do they have to keep opening companies? You can't trade as... I mean, do they have to register a company every time they do an activity that involves money? Because I've always wondered why they bother setting up all these companies.
Well, that's the thing. I'm the owner of the company, and I never opened a business bank account, and there's no employees under it, so it's just sitting there doing nothing.
Yeah,
it was solely so I could get my Dubai visa, and for Sam to try to throw me under the bus later on, which I kind of saw. I knew that he could do that if shit hit the fan, but that's why, he's like, no, we have to have ViDiLOOK in the name. So I figured out a way where I could open a business that had nothing to do with what Sam was doing under the original ViDiLOOK contract.
Yeah. Wow.
A forfeiting service has to do with basically selling. It's a third party business that helps people sell goods once they've been moved to the country.
Hmm.
So basically, I provide a service to help people sell their goods once they've been imported into the country, which has nothing to do with watching videos or buying packages or anything like that.
I love the partnered with 100+ people, and it's YouTube and obviously all these big brand companies. And I'm going, you've got, how can people claim that? But there's no, and where do the videos, I've never actually gone into the back end of the platform. There is adverts you can watch, and where do they get them from? What
well, if you look at the ads, and I started noticing this, but if you look at the ads, right, and at the end of the ad, sometimes they put the date of when the ad was created, like Ford Company 2021, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of the ads were from pre-2022. Right. No company is going to pay people to watch ads from old products.
No, I see. So it's old adverts.
So what they do is there's probably some like database or hub where people can download ads for I don't know, just to put into videos and just concept stuff. And they probably just went online and fucking downloaded the database of as many advertisements as they could and put them on the platform and said, these are the ads that we're making money from.
Yeah, rotate them. It would be wouldn't be that hard in the modern world. Like Canva, you can go in there and get a whole lot of video clips if you want. So I'm sure there's old advertisers, old videos, hard case, just make sure they don't have timestamps on them. That would be funny, advertising an old car that doesn't even, it's not electric or something stupid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, well, I hope you're safe, mate. I
mean, honestly, man, I don't wish harm on anybody, but if somebody were to take him out, I wouldn't really care at this point.
Yeah. Well, he's got no real values and ethics. He's He's just, you know, and it is the desperation. That's the part that I've been noticing the most. He's desperate. He's back to the wall. He's claiming to be a billionaire. He told me he's not a billionaire when I was chatting to him. And then I said, well, you've been saying that to everyone for the last 2 months. You're changing your story now. And what a billionaire is a big statement.
It's because he created over 600 different tokens.
Yeah.
And they have value, but there's no liquidity. So yeah, he's a billionaire in illiquid tokens.
Right. Yeah. It's like a diamond that you can't cash up, that sort of style. No one can buy it. Wow, that's amazing. Oh, well, thanks for ringing me, mate. I just don't really know. Is there a chance he could get kicked out of Dubai if he doesn't pay that $1.2 million to somebody?
I don't know.
Do they ever?
I don't have any contacts with lawyers. I'm down to my last 7,000 USD.
Wow.
So I don't have money to pay a lawyer or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't pay lawyers, mate. I just had a guy trying to sue me for $3.8 million for defamation. And he claims to be a billionaire.
But good luck.
Oh
yeah, fuck that. You're not gonna get in any trouble from that.
Yeah, well, he now has to pay $27,000 for my legal fees because he filed a discontinuance an hour and a half before a high court judge started looking at all the. I was in the courtroom, and the judge holds up a bit of paper and go, "It's just a discontinuance." And they go, "Yeah, he filed it an hour and a half ago." So now that's why he has to pay my legal fees because he's stuffed the courts around. But he's another scammer. And they just go on and on and on. But yeah, and there's obviously no money for anyone to get their money back because that's the biggest question. I mean, that's something you could help me clear up. Actually, I mean, people say, "Oh, the one times rumors." I know it's a joke, and I don't believe it for a second. But is there any possibility that these people that paid their money last week are going to get it back? And where did the money go?
I don't know. He funneled it out of the main wallet.
What's he do with his money? Is it going into Bitcoin or something? Like, what do you think people do who get the money? Like, he must have made, I don't even know. I guess he'd be lucky if he made 500,000 out of that. I don't think it's big money, but I think it's 500,000 if it was that. And then he's taken it all out. Where does he put it? Like in crypto? He wouldn't put it in the bank. Transfer it into...
No, because I don't think he probably puts it in the digital currencies.
Yeah, and then they're worth nothing. I mean, so it's all Bitcoin. It is Bitcoin. It must be Bitcoin because that's the only place you'd put it, wouldn't it? You just go down with the rest of the world. If it goes down lower than $30, Yeah. I've got no crypto, mate. I've got no money. I'm on the bones of my ass. That's how I live. Yeah. So that was the good thing when that guy was trying to sue me for $3.8 million. I had no money. So then the government comes along and says, well, we'll pay for your legal fees, but you've got to pay us back if you ever get money. I go, okay. So I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. I couldn't let the, I just always wondered how they live.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't really know. I'm not a very big, like I can put two and two together, but I'm not the kind of guy that tracks money and like, I got to focus it sucks. And most people would be like, what the fuck, Garrett? But like, I've got to focus on building things to help people. I can be the guy that, blows the whistle and all this stuff, but I'm not the guy that does the blockchain forensics and tracks bank accounts and companies and people's names and stuff like that. Yeah. My brain doesn't work like that. I sent you that document.
Yep. I'll download that.
Yeah, when you look at it, the address begins in TFAP. That's the main ViDiLOOK deposit wallet. That's where all the money comes into. Right.
And because I'm a bit dumb on the addresses, all the deposits are one address. Is that correct? Or do they have many addresses going to the same? Do they all have to have one deposit address?
I'm pretty sure that the TFAP account was what they call the super wallet, and it's in the document I sent you. There's a YouTube video that some guy did, and he was saying that was the super wallet. It's like a 15-minute video, so you should watch that. Oh, good man. That's when I realized I saw that video, and I was like, wait a second. Yeah. This has got to. And then I went back to the payment from Sam, and it says the same wallet, and I was like, holy shit, there's my smoking gun.
Yeah.
Everyone was asking, Garrett, can you provide proof that you didn't take the money? And I was like, how the fuck am I going to do that? And then it just kind of a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, that's it.
Yeah. He's got control of the wallet. He always has.
So yeah, and he said he didn't.
Yeah.
And then if I'm the owner, then wouldn't I have control over the wallet?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And,
exactly.
In the video I did,
and then I've got documents. I've got 2 documents that Sam signed on behalf of ViDiLOOK Tech Incorporated. If I'm the owner, wouldn't I be signing those documents?
Yeah. I've seen documents of these 3 documents floating around the web. I scanned them off the other day of the company, the registration of the company. And I don't know how I got those, but I did. But yeah. Oh, he's just a slime bucket, really, isn't he? I mean, I feel sorry for a lot of small people that have lost a lot of their money. But I didn't, when I saw what was happening, because when he's, like the video I was up to 5 o'clock in the morning doing last night, he's in the cafe and he's baiting everyone into thinking that you told him about ViDiLOOK and you introduced him to it and he bought into it because you sold it to him. And then I can just see what he's doing. And I'm going, oh my God, he's going to throw Garrett under the bus. And I thought, oh, that's a nice position to be in. And that's why I reached out to you. And I thought, wow, that's just sick. So he's got no stuples, and he's obviously the man, he's the main player, and he's just using people and doing whatever he needs to do. He's desperate.
But people are starting to notice that that document that I sent out has now gotten to all of the big leaders, and they're like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Garrett's right.
Wonder what scam they'll be
That's the proof.
next.
That document is like, that's the holy grail. That is like, and then as soon as Sam saw it, he started responding.
Of course he did. Well, he started responding to me.
He started, what's that?
He started responding to me once I started talking about the Australian stuff. That's why we chatted for 3.5 hours, and he wouldn't leave the chat room. And he was, and I was throwing everything I knew, because I'm a jigsaw puzzle man. I'm just all over the place. I've got bits from here, there, and everywhere. And I just throw him bits. And I was asking about his wife, his connection. I was going right back to when I've got videos of him going way back to, what do they call it, Bitcoin group. And there was a guy called Alan Wee, and then there's Jaden Wee, and there's Ryan Jew. And I've got a whole archive of him 12 years old. And I just tried to keep him engaged until I said a few things that I got his attention with. Especially with the warrant for his arrest. And he said, at the end of it, I said, I don't have a warrant for your arrest, but I do have liquidators that are after you. And I'm in touch with them, and I'm not, but I said I were. And I said, and they want to arrest you, and you're saying that you're innocent. And if you are innocent then, Sam, why don't you come back to Australia and clear up the matters for the investors for the company? Because you can't. You're trapped in Dubai. And then he kept chatting to me, so I figured I must have said something that got his attention. So it just shows he's desperate.
Yeah, he can't. He's not gonna be able to do this forever.
Yeah, I think he's going to be dead. That's what I reckon. He's just going to piss off the wrong people, and it's quite expensive to live. I mean, you got to have.
No, you can live cheap. Oh, there's people here that live off of like 2,000 dirham a month, which is like $500.
Oh right, all right. And obviously,
I mean, of course, they work for companies. They get paid their 2,000 salary, right? So, but they also get their meals compensated. They have a place to stay. They have transportation. But it's like they're living in a room with 5 other people.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But people can live here cheap. I mean, I do it. I order meal preps. I work out a lot, right? So like, yep. I order meal preps. I get 2 meals a day, 24 days a month, and I'm paying $8 a meal.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
And you can rent a nice 1-bedroom apartment here in a safe. I mean, it's all safe really, but in a nice area for like, I don't know, 1-bedroom apartment, maybe $1,500 USD a month, which is pretty dang cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, maybe I should go there.
You can do it.
Start
right?
up a scam.
But if you want to, you can live the big life too, right?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Oh, well, good on you, mate. I mean, I feel for you. I get it. I see it. I know sometimes you can get yourself wound up in something that isn't your circus, so to speak. I get it. I just saw that happening and I thought, no, that's not right. And I thought he's just going to... Because I basically live, eat and sleep, try to expose Sam Lee, you know, and that's what I do. And I've done it with quite a few others. You know, I've been in the New York Times. They wrote an article about me and got in the printed paper and everything, a whole feature paid article on what I'm doing. And I was nobody at the time. I'm still nobody, but I just can't stand it. Seeing these people. I think people deserve to lose their money a lot of the time. I sort of don't. No one, like my guys said, no one's hold a gun to their head. They hand over their money with a hope that they're going to get an unrealistic return on their investment. I mean, and they don't listen. Like that VAV thing. I don't know if you know exactly how that went down, but that was just give your money to Sam, and theoretically he'll give it back, and then you'll get rewards that you can never take off the platform and never use. I mean, how pathetic is that? So why would you do it? And people think they're onto a good thing, and I go, what's good about it? There's nothing. You're just going to get gas fees for putting your money in and out of the platform. Oh, I thought you was going to get rewards. Who told you that? Well, hey, a funny one. The Australian crew, the guy that bought a $3,000 VAV package the other day, it went into somebody's, they paid it into a bank account, and it was a Australian bank account, and that's how they paid the money. So we don't even believe it went there. I reckon the guy that took the money, I reckon he just gave him the access to his old account and then on-sold it. But that's brilliant because that's like, over here, that's called money laundering, where you're taking people's money and not delivering the product. You get yourself in the shit for that. So I couldn't believe my luck when I heard that one. And I got the screenshots of the bank transfer and the bank account number, and I've got the company name. But that looks like people aren't, and that's what started happening with Hyperverse. People were taking people's money and not putting it on the platform. And they were selling used accounts that they were frozen the withdrawals on. And they were selling these like they were valuable to people. And then people never withdrew the money, so they didn't know it was a dud account. You know, people rang me up 12 months afterwards telling me they have never tried to take money off the platform, but they want to know if I knew how to do it. And I said, there's no money left now. So you get stories like this all day long. So it looks like his own community is actually stealing from him, from what I saw yesterday. So they're all a bunch of scammers. Oh, dog's barking.
Yeah, it's a mess, man.
Yeah.
But I do feel a little bit responsible. But I'm also the first one that left and told everybody what was going on, and people they don't want to say, "Oh, thanks for letting us know the truth." Is all, "Oh, why didn't you let us know faster?" It's like, okay, just
Yeah.
I sent you, so I've got 3 or 4 things that I have on the back burner that I'm going to use when I need to.
Yeah.
I don't want to fire all my ammo in one one go. But that document that I sent you, it's already all over. I sent it to like so many groups, so many people. It's already spreading.
But it
so
just shows,
that is public information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's quite good to be in the loop with it. I mean, I am a YouTuber. I'm not just after clicks, but I do want to expose him. And if I, like your voice is strong, mate. It's a good voice to say, here's Sam. He is the owner of ViDiLOOK. How can you say that somebody else owned it? And then Sam will have to come up with some excuse to say he wasn't. How do you think he's going to handle that?
Everything is right there in that document. It just go read it and let me know what you think. But it's just like, it shows that the money he paid me out of the ViDiLOOK wallet, which also means that if I was the owner, wouldn't I control the wallet?
Yeah.
So then people think, oh, so Sam is the owner.
Yeah. So
which means that he's not just a tech provider.
Yeah.
Which means that he's the one that took the money. Yeah. Not me.
Yeah.
And if people can't
that's brilliant.
Deduce that from what I sent, then those people are just idiots, or they don't want to see the truth.
No, that makes perfect. That's great. I mean, that's brilliant. I mean, well done, mate. I mean, because I keep up with it, but I don't keep up with it. I can't keep up as fast as he moves. But when I saw that, I thought he's going to do this to Garrett. So I think, is it Garrett? Have I got it right?
Yeah, Garrett.
Yeah. So, I mean, I could just see what he's doing to you. So I think brilliant for you doing that and putting that stuff out there. Because that other guy that's sitting, I can't remember their names, I'm no good with names, but the guy that's on the videos all the time, he's obviously tracked.
Conrad?
Yeah.
Or Vivek?
No, Vivek. So he's buggered and he's trapped, and you can see that. So
yeah, he's not even the real CEO. He came on board to help us with handling the customer support.
Yeah, well, he looks like the IT guy that fixes the computer when it doesn't go bing. He doesn't look like anyone. He doesn't look like a proper businessman. I mean, at least you got a nice suit and you've got the voice and you can look somebody in the eye and talk to them. I mean, that guy there looks like he should be just behind a computer. No offense to him, but I can see he's a puppet.
I don't think he is, but he's not a bad guy. He's not evil. I think he's just he's stuck.
Yeah, and that's the sad part of it. I mean, that's just it's just weird, man. All right, I'll have a look through that document, and now I've got your number. I'll see what I need to do. But I think I'm buggered at the moment. It's Friday night here, but I'm just thinking this could actually push him over the edge. Hopefully, we expose him enough for people to realise. Especially with the
I mean, I'm down to do a video with you and expose everything. I don't think he's going to send someone to kill me or anything like that, because then I don't think he's got it. I don't think he's got it in him. He's not a gangster. He says he's a gangster, but he's not.
Well, what about if we did one and you went through the PDF that you just sent me, and we went through and went through that stage by stage, and you could just explain it as we looked at it together. That might be a nice simple video.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. I just need to for the next week or so, I'm gonna lay low and see if Sam,
I reckon he'll change tax.
Hangs himself.
I definitely think he's going to change tax if this is out, and he'll probably twist something. I don't know what he'll do, but I'm quite excited to see what he'll come up with. I reckon that's a good strategy. I think get this document out there, make sure that he can't use that, because he was going down that road, and it will be interesting to see who he throws under the bus next. And that's where that could be his downfall, because he piss off the wrong guy, right?
It's either going to be Vivek or Conrad, and Conrad he's compiled pages and pages of evidence, and he's structuring it to when that happens. Yeah, Sam's going to bury himself.
But he's a businessman, isn't he? So Vivek seems like to take on. The businessman, it's just going to be a bloodbath in a way of speaking, but Vivek is an easy out. And you got to understand motive and what he did with the money. That's the other thing Sam will have to come up with. That's going to be the tricky bit. At least a businessman's going to put it in some business. Like, he's just a worker. That's what I see. So, I mean, there's no reason why he would want to steal it.
No. And then if Vivek gets thrown on the bus, I'll defend him as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, I'm very vocal. I get my videos out there. If you need help, just yell out, mate, because I don't care if I just want to get Sam, and I just want to expose and stop these people signing up for these platforms. That's all I want to do with them. I've recorded our conversation at the moment, and I do that all the time. It's just what I do. But I had a guy chase me around the streets where I live in his car for 10 minutes the other day, and then smashes out my back window with a baseball bat, and I thought I was being chased by one of these guys. It just happened to be a road rage accident because he didn't know how to merge. But you do, I live in a pretty safe country. Matter of the truth is, I mean, he's going to try, well, he might not now, but he tried to tarnish, he already has tried, isn't he? Tarnish your name, And
it fucking backfired.
I think that's brilliant, mate. I mean, take my hat off to you. Good on you. I mean, I'm always taking photos. What I'm trying to say is, you're always in the business. You always cover your ass if you can. If you've got an opportunity to get some information and stack it away somewhere safe, do it, because you never know what's going to happen in the future. And what you've done is brilliant. You've got enough. Like, you've got a smoking gun there, and you've pulled out a few bullets and said, "Well, here you go, guys. Look at this. Now, do you want to carry on down this road?"
I've got a few other, tricks up my sleeve too, but I'm going to wait.
Yeah. He was in Nigeria 3 or 4 months ago, and I don't know if that actually happened. But if it was happening, it would be useful knowing it.
Say that again? It's because I know that he did go to Nigeria.
He did?
I don't remember when it was, but...
Yeah, it was about 3 or 4 months ago. And I was surprised he got out of the country.
I don't know if it was 3 months ago. It wasn't 3 months ago, but they did, with Hyperverse, he did go to Nigeria, because I'm working with this Nigerian guy. Well, he was promoting ViDiLOOK he was like, yeah, Sam came out here and did a road show and
Yeah.
yada, yada, yada.
Because
But I think that was with Hyperverse.
Because Nigeria they have got something going down in the tech world, which a lot of people are using, and I can't remember what it was, but somebody said that there's some sort of, like, I don't know if it's a payment gateway, but there's something big that Nigerians have got control over that a lot of tech companies want to use, and it's also beneficial for a lot of the spammer company. I can't remember what it was, but there was a couple of big scams going down in Nigeria, you see. But I'd have to think about what that conversation was. I forget. I'm tired.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that, but
yeah. All right, mate.
Crazy, man.
Yep. Well, I'll have a look at that document. I'll have a yarn to a couple of people I know. No. That's what I just said in my last video. If you watch it, I said Keith Karma caught up with Keith Williams. That's exactly what I said. I said, you know, and it's going to happen with Sam. I mean, something stupid could happen, but in the meantime, people lose money. But they're all, I mean, I bust these scammers and I get phone calls from people and I think, oh my God, did you really do that? Why did you do that? Who told you to do that? You know, did you not think this is a bit strange? You know, and it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
You know, and some of these people have got so much money, you know, and it's just their play money, some of them. And you sort of think, why did you do that? And how did you get rich in the first place? Because you sound like you're a dumb fuck. Yeah.
Crazy, man.
Yeah. All right, mate. I'll catch you, and I'll just leave it with me for a bit. And if he things any other shit at you and you want somebody to help publicise it, just any time, mate, give me a ring and we'll jump on. I'll do a video and we'll expose the bastards if we need to. How's that?
Yeah, definitely, man. Let's just go through that article. Let me know what you think of it. And then let's touch base maybe middle of next week and see, you know, what's happened in the next week. Yeah. And then I mean, we'll come up with something, man.
Yeah, get the bastard. We might have to
give
him a trip. Give him a trip to Australia, free holiday. No, that won't work.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll put some thought into that. And yeah, let's touch base next week.
Yep.
I got to start my day, and but yeah, man, good chatting with you. I you know, finding good people is always, you know, a positive thing for me.
Yeah, especially in the crypto world.
Yeah, exactly. So cool, man.
All right,
well,
mate.
Good chatting with you.
Yep.
Let's touch base next week.
All right, good on you, mate. I'll send you a text or something if I get any other information, and vice versa would be much appreciated.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. Sounds good, man.
See you, dude. Bye.
All right. Cheers. Have a great rest of your night. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye. Well, thank you for watching that. I hope you learnt a lot. I know it was quite long. I was going to do a voiceover as we went, but it just would have drawn out the pain. We obviously want to stop people like Sam Lee, and I do think it's possible. I've got a small YouTube channel, just short of 5,000 viewers at the time you watch this. And I really appreciate you when you share my videos. But there's going to be lots of other scammers out there. So what I'm trying to do, if you go to my About Us section on my YouTube channel, you'll see I have a Telegram group. Please join it. Help me fight and stop these scammers. I really appreciate it. I'm Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm also hoping that Garrett will actually come on and do another video with me. He's agreed to. He just messaged me about 2 hours before I started doing this video. He said he wants to tell his story. I kind of feel for people that's got caught up in Ponzi schemes because it really does tarnish their reputation. So, I mean, you've got to have an open mind. You know, everyone isn't perfect. Everyone likes money. And we don't want to spend our whole life building our wealth. So sometimes people do get involved in taking shortcuts. But sometimes when you're talking to people, like I do, I can hear sincerity. I can hear repentance, as they say. And I can also hear anger and frustration about how they were fooled out of their money. So it would be fair to say that you might blame people. Like, I did a video about Keith Williams the other day. Now, Keith Williams promoted Hyperverse. One of his best friends reached out to me telling me that I was about to allege that Keith Williams was using stage 4 cancer as an exit strategy to get away with the money. I saw a billboard advertised where he was having his 60th birthday bash. And I thought, here's the guy that's living in a £3 million house in the UK, having birthday bashes, neighbours complaining to me about the noise, asking me when this guy's going to get locked up. And I was about to do a big video. And then one of his best friends contacted me and goes, hey, Danny, he really does have cancer. His 60th birthday party was actually a goodbye party. He's got a 3% chance of living. He's on a second belt of chemo. And I was thinking to myself, how does somebody, everyone's going, wow, he deserves it. And I sort of say, well, I get where you're coming from. But how do you process that? I mean, do you wish cancer on your worst enemy? I don't. I've got nothing really against Keith Williams as such, but it would be fair to say that karma does catch up. And I do believe in karma. I was brought up in a religious cult. I know how it works. Why I fight these Ponzi schemes. There's a real parallel. But I don't wish cancer on anybody or harm. But his best friend, and my point of saying all this, one of his best friends, is that he believed that Keith Williams thought it was a genuine opportunity for people to get wealthy. He believed that he was changing lives. But when all the funds stopped happening, he started to realize it was a scam. So then he says that's why he became the global sales representative for HyperNation. His friend suggested that Keith thought he could trade their way out of it by introducing more people into HyperNation. As silly that may sound, let's just say Keith really did think it was a genuine business opportunity. And he really did think that he'd found that there was an error in Hyperverse, and he did think he could get their way out of it. It may sound silly, it may sound ridiculous, and I'm not taking Keith's side for a minute. I mean, he picked on me, claiming I was a poor guy, wearing a cheap suit, and couldn't afford to pay my rent. Well, he wasn't far from the truth, but it was a Ted Baker suit. Anyway, my point is, if Keith Williams actually believed it was a genuine business opportunity, and you actually invested in Hypercapital, Hyperfund, Hyperverse, HyperNation, Hypercosmos, Hyperplanet, Hyperbond, Hyper NFTs, Hyper everything, then how can you judge somebody who promoted a Ponzi scheme believing it was genuine when you invested in an opportunity what sounded too good to be true? So are you at fault because you decided that you would invest in Hyperverse? Did you think it sounded legitimate? Were you fooled by the person, the friend or the family member that introduced you into it? And if you're going to say, yeah, I was fooled, I was conned, then how can you really hold someone accountable who thought it was a genuine business opportunity? Just putting it out there. I'm not judging you. I'm not taking sides with you or Keith or anybody. But I've been, it's been about a 2-year journey for me, watching all these scams unfold. And honestly, every day, every single day, I get an email, a message from someone who's invested. I mean, some of them are quite funny. People go to me, can I get my money back? And I go, how much did you invest? And they'll go, $150. And I go, well, you're wasting my time. I said, you've lost $150. And then you get the big whoppers, like the $5 million person that's invested, or the $150,000, or the $240,000 invested in a scam, and someone scammed them out of that money. And I'm just thinking, someone is sitting there trying to convince somebody to invest money, and then all of a sudden all that money turns up in their crypto wallet. Imagine how that scammer must feel. Oh my goodness, I've just managed to con somebody out of all their money. It must be a real adrenaline fix. But anyway, my point is there's a lot of scams going on at the moment, and there's a real common thing that your mum or your father would have told you. And it's really simple. If it sounds too good to be true, it often is. And when I'm busting these Ponzi schemes or these scams, I say people, I'll give you 3 things to identify it's a scam. And I have not been proven wrong. The amount of people that have been scammed and then they tell me they're jumping in bed with another scammer, it horrifies me. 3 things. If it involves crypto, simple, 1 thing. Second thing, if there's a multi-level marketing component to it, meaning that is there a reward for people that introduce other people into it? Is there an affiliate structure to it? Is it shaped like a pyramid? Like the old Egyptian pyramid, not rocket. So you've got I've forgotten the first one. First one is crypto, simple. Second one is reward system for people that introduce you to it. 2 things. The third one is, what is the third one, Danny? I'm tired. First one, crypto. Second one, multi-level marketing. Third one is a reward. A reward for you giving them your money. That sounds too good to be true. I'm talking about 1 times your money in a month or a week. Or in Hyperverse's case, you were going to put $300 in and get 3 times your return in your investment payback and rewards within 600 days. And then the system started reverse gearing itself and they changed it that you had to put $400 in and it was going to take 1,330 days before you got 4 times your money. It just doesn't happen. It's not real. So wake up, smell the roses, stop blaming everyone and take some responsibility for your own investment opportunities. I'm entrepreneurial. I've been entrepreneurial since the age of, I think, 23. I started working myself as a painter and a decorator. I had quite a successful business. I believe that everyone should work hard, think smart, think big, get a product or a service, charge for your time or charge for the product, make a profit and put your money in the good old fashioned bank. Get some property and invest in property. Do that sort of stuff instead of these get rich quick opportunities. Thank you for watching and thank you for sharing your information with us, Garrett. I really appreciate it. As I said, I'm Danny Tech, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. That's another video. I think I've done well over 400 videos now exposing Ponzi schemes and scams. Thank you for watching.